I think what I would tend to want to convey is that people should do what they believe is the right thing to do. However, usually that's also the most difficult thing to do. And it's the riskiest thing to do. But if they believe in something, they should pursue it. And they should, like I said earlier, try to make a difference. Not a difference that's disruptive or negative, but a constructive difference. Walking around this Tea Hub building this afternoon could not but help me feel that I was looking at a new face of India, one of the new faces of India. The face of entrepreneurship, innovation, and enterprise. Entrepreneurship and the sense of enterprise is not new in India. We're a nation of people who have been shopkeepers, small cottage industry managers and owners. We have done this over the years. We have been entrepreneurs, be it in agriculture, be it in traditional industries. And yet we have not been recognized all over the world as an enterprising country. What we have not done is registered ourselves as an entrepreneurial nation in the new technologies of the world. The technologies that don't require billions of dollars to establish, that don't require hundreds of acres to build. Enterprises that are built on innovation that's in your mind, non-traditional, untried, and sometimes risky, but that make a big, big difference in the world of tomorrow. This is what elevated the United States in the 80s into a new world of technology and high tech. It changed the way we live. It changes what we hold in our hands in terms of phones, communication. And yet India has only been a part of it through people who left India and gone elsewhere. And why? Because the environment here didn't support them. I grew up in an environment where if you had an idea, your boss or your manager politely told you, and sometimes not so politely, that you need to gain some experience before you open your mouth. You need to roll up your sleeves and spend 5 years on the shop floor. Then you can talk. And that's not what enterprise is today. Enterprise today is an ability of someone who may be in his 20s, who has a good idea, and he needs to find a way to implement them. We now have an environment of venture capital that listens to that person, and we have a facility like this to enable that person to try out his idea, to bring it into reality or fruition in a manner that is interdisciplinary, open, and unifying. So this is, in fact, the first look at the new India of tomorrow. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, etc. Not only in e-commerce, not only in e-retailing, etc., but in the exciting area of medical remedies, medical treatment, stem cells, life sciences. And this can be the starting point of that new wave. And so it's a great privilege to be here today. This is an area that needs all of our support and needs for us to be proud of what we have, but it needs for us to be keen to not be satisfied with what we have, but to go further and to be leaders in the world, not in the country alone. So my enthusiasm in the new India of tomorrow continues to be there. I continue to feel the need to support enterprising young Indian engineers and scientists. And all of us should be very pleased to play this role and need to support this, because all of us should be keen to unleash the Indian tiger. And we haven't done that as yet. So let's all put our hearts and souls behind the fact that this is going to be the new India of tomorrow. And what we're seeing in this building is just the start, just a nucleus of what could be the new big thing in the country. Let me just say that on all the years and the varying capacities that I've tried to work in India, the most fascinating period of time that I've had is in the automotive area. The automobile business is truly an emotive and a tremendously rewarding business. It has more excitement than any other business I've been involved in. And the greatest pleasure I've had is trying to do something that everybody says could not be done. I'll just share perhaps a moment in time which I will always cherish. I decided that India could produce its own car. Everybody, my friends overseas in the automobile business, said that this couldn't be done. We had to go through a collaboration to get know-how, get technology. But we undertook to produce this car. You saw images of it in the video. It was called the Indica, and we produced it in India, totally of Indian content. As we got close to putting it in the market, my friends in India somewhat distanced themselves from me, otherwise known as distancing yourself from failure. And when the car came out, I suddenly felt that I didn't have a friend in the world, and that all the warnings that people had given me were probably going to come true. But the car did come out. It did earn a 20% market share, and we showed that we could do something. Throughout the time I've been involved in business, there hasn't been anything that has equaled the excitement, the reward, and the exhilaration that the car industry has provided and can provide. It gives, as has been said earlier, an opportunity to test new technologies, new building methods, but above all, it has helped in the transformation of the Indian economy to a mobile economy. And a great deal of what has happened in India has happened right here in Detroit. The world owes a great deal to the United States for doing what it did to get the car industry to be taken for granted the rest of the world as it has over the years. And I would like to thank the automotive news who put together this award, and to say how much I cherish being included in the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.